So one thing I always preach to my kids, being at the right place at the right time, doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I think that's what happened here. I think it was the perfect storm. I've always worked with kids, so even going back to my teenage years, I worked at the Boys and Girls Club. Long story short, went to school for working with kids. I was working at the Boys and Girls Club, and for the summer, I wanted a job. I get a call, and they tell me, hey, this is Outdoor Chattanooga. You applied for a position a couple of weeks back, and we're interested in doing an interview with you. But this is, I Googled Outdoor Chattanooga, had no idea what it was. Go to the interview a couple of days later, they're asking me multiple questions. Hey, how proficient are you in canoeing? And they're like, how proficient are you in rock climbing? What about hiking? All the things. They go down this checklist and I'm literally like, I haven't done any of those things. Then they came to a question and they said, okay, well, we looked at your resume. We do see you work with kids often. Well, that's when I was in my bag. So I knew exactly how to answer that. I answered the questions. A week later, 2 weeks later, training starts. That first week of training was intense. So from canoeing to kayaking to rock climbing to hiking to biking, mountain biking, all the things I learned within a week. I started seeing all the benefits that I was getting from those things that I didn't expect to get and had no idea that I would get, and that's how I kind of started. And it gave me an outlet. It gave me different ways to deal with my emotions. It gave me a different way to deal with nervousness. It got me out of my comfort zone. And the biggest thing, I was able to introduce it to my community. So at Orchard Knob with Hamilton County Department of Education, I'm a behavior specialist. So I'm always, every day, looking for alternatives and different ways to calm our kids down or get them to learn how to regulate their own emotions as well as make their own choices. And I think that's why, I'm so interested in doing it and was interested in partnering the two. One thing I will say, I think it's a misconception that kids don't like to go outside anymore. Because trust me, every day, recess is the most popular 30 minutes of the day. So they do like going outside. So it wasn't necessarily a thing to where, I was nervous about or trying to get them to come outside as much as it was trying to introduce them to different things outside. They heard water or they heard mountains and they heard different things, and I think they were just like myself as an adult when I first was introduced to these things was kind of like, okay, so they were along for the ride, thankfully, and they were very nervous, a lot of them about hair or what if I drowned or what if, it gets too dark and we get lost in the woods. I mean, anything, valid questions, but I think what I done squash some of those stereotypes, be realistic with them. But then now, they're coming to me, hey, what are we doing? Let's go do that again. It's like, I can't keep up. So the name of it is Outdoor Leadership Club, and that was always of course I wanted to introduce, but then at some point I wanted them to be able to go back into the community and be able to pay it forward, and I'm confident that that's what they're doing. So we've went hiking, we've done some canoeing, we've done some fire safety where we built the fire, taught them how to build a fire, grilled us some s'mores. We taught them how to build tents. We've done some leave no trace. We even at the beginning done some canoeing in the gym on rollers just to introduce. That was one of the first things we done because the canoe was intimidating some of them. That next week we actually went canoeing. Oh man, they knew the parts of the canoe. They were able to get in, knew how to get in stable, and it was like they had been doing it their whole lives.
When I go to in the office, when I go straight to the program, it changes my whole mood change, and I want to talk, I want to listen, I want to learn.
I hope they're more confident. I hope they know what they have access to in Chattanooga geographically. I hope they pay it forward, like I said. I hope they, when they consider doing things outdoors, or maybe even a family member, I'm hoping they can be an ambassador for the outdoors, especially Chattanooga, in squashing some of those stereotypes and explaining maybe even mom, dad, or different family members, that it's okay. And if I can do it, surely you can. I've been extremely blessed and very thankful for both Outdoor Chattanooga, the City of Chattanooga, Hamilton County Department of Education, and Orchard Knob Administration, because everyone, was on board. And for the most part, everyone pretty much said, hey, just go do your thing. So I really appreciate that.